How's it going, guys? Lyme here, and we're back with another Fortnite video. So we're actually on to the next week. I know this video is coming out late. I've had issues all day with my Premiere Pro. Hasn't been working correctly, but I finally got it figured out here. So we're going to be looking at specifically the one challenge, and that's going to be complete the time trials. There's actually more than 3 you can do, but we're just going to be looking at the actual 3 of them on here. So if you look on the map right now, there's actually different areas that you can actually go to there where the time trial thing is there. But the one that we're going to be looking at specifically right now is the one that's on the left hand side. It's actually between, I believe it's... Just give me 1 second here. It's actually between B4 and 5. It's in between the villain's hideout. So the one thing is I just went ahead and played the 50 versus 50. The mode that you can actually basically reuse your glider from different spots. Now the thing is I actually land a little bit low here. The one thing you will need to remember is in this mode you're less likely to actually get hit by enemies, and the other thing is that you will need resources because obviously you're going to have to build platforms between your time trials. When you actually go from one spot to the next, you're going to have to try and get your your platform. You actually see that in a couple seconds here. Like I said, I shouldn't have probably landed as far down as I did, but it worked out in the end. So the other thing is by using a 50 versus 50 or at least a team or something, you're going to have other people that are actually playing, and it's possible that you may not even have to actually build certain platforms yourself. As you can see here, I get a weapon. Now, you could be like me, I just go ahead and I play the challenge out itself basically. I don't worry about actually completing the game. It's up to you, whatever you guys want to do. There are multi-task challenges where you have to go to different locations. Several stages, so you could do something like that to try and make it to different stages and to different timed events, or or the thing that I do is I just basically get whatever I need and then that's it. So here's the first one here, and like I said, it's actually just on top of the mountain there in between. And what you're gonna have to do for a lot of these, if you ever did the time trials before, you're gonna know that basically what had to happen was when you went ahead and picked the time trial, what would happen is you had all these little things. The 3 that I do here, you don't need a card at all. You could actually run, but the thing is, as you're running, you're going to find that there's different ones, and you'll sort of actually get your layout according to how exactly you have to do it. So like I said, it could take a couple different times for you to actually try it out before you get it nailed down exactly where you need your platforms. But no big deal. If you don't get it, just go ahead, go back up to the top, hit your next trial again, and give it a shot. Now, as you can see here, there are different ones laid out. There was a couple different people that were building at the same time. Like I said, that's one of the advantages of playing on a mode like this, and you'll be able to see my path that I actually take right here to make it and complete this one. So it's not too hard once you actually have your pattern laid out. So there's our 1 out of 3. Like I said, there are more than 3 that are available, but we're just going to show you guys 3 different ones here. So, and obviously the one thing is that when you guys go ahead and complete it, if you guys are like me and you're just trying to actually complete one of them at a time, possibly 2 depending on where you land, you want to make sure that you actually die in your gameplay. So I did die. This is actually another match now. Now this one up here, this is actually going to be, if I actually see on here where it is, I pre-recorded this and then I was trying to do stuff after. So this one here is actually to the left. It's actually, I just have to look. Outside Tomato Temple between G3 and G4. So this is a prime example here where somebody else was actually working with me. I picked the same game mode again. So and I'll just show you guys basically the rundown of how I did it. And you can copy if you wish to. Like I said, it was fairly simple in order to get it. So. And a lot's going to depend on exactly where the battle bus happens to land. So you could either go ahead and just play the ones that I play, or if you want, then just go ahead and play different ones. But like I said, whatever is more convenient for you, or you can actually do more than 1 too at a time. It doesn't really require you don't have to do them in separate matches. You can do them all in the same one. So this one here is actually just outside the temple. There's the time trial there. Now this one here, I actually got a little bit confused and I was going to do it it ended up that there's one over here, and I actually thought you had to go the opposite direction. So, and there I was actually looking around for different ones, but I didn't see the one up top first until after, and then of course I missed it. So, as you see, they're sort of scattered all over the place, and sometimes, obviously, you're going to need resources too. That's the one thing you can't get away with. So, this is after now. Somebody else is actually building basically the same time I am. As you can see here, I'm just finishing up, and somebody comes along and they actually go ahead and build the same spot that I'm actually working on. So it works out good, like I said, in this mode, this 50 versus 50 mode, because you'll actually have people that are actually helping you if you do it with squads themselves, and it works okay too, but you only got a couple people. Here, you got like 50 people that could possibly be trying to get the same goal as you. So that one there, we started off, went over to the right hand side, followed sort of across the top of the temple, went to the left, and that one's pretty simple, so didn't take too much. And that's it. Those are 2 out of 3. Like I said, one thing is, I apologize for getting this out so late. I was actually working on this basically since this morning. I was just having a lot of issues with my Premiere Pro, and ended up I was actually out of space on one of my drives that I'm using, and I didn't even realize it. Now this was actually, I tried running from that place to this place here. Somebody already had this actually built. And unfortunately, I actually messed it up. I didn't manage to get it done in time. When I got to the other end, they had this sort of built a certain way, and that wasn't the way that I personally would have built it. But I actually thought it was a lot longer than what it was, and I actually missed one target there. And then, of course, I'm out of resources. I managed to get up a certain amount, and then that was it. I couldn't actually get up any farther. So I basically went ahead and got swallowed by the storm because I messed it up again still. So this one here is actually, I'll tell you guys which one it is. That one's left of Dusty Divot. So, and the other 2 locations, I might as well name them off to you right now. It's Hilltop south of Tilted Towers and the bridge near Shifty Shafts. So those ones I don't actually have on the video, but you know, those are the locations that I actually have for there. And on this one here, you will have to go ahead, drop down. I basically just went down to the bottom. I guess you could have did it at the top too, but I just figured I'll drop down exactly where I need to start. Even though I'm actually closer to the enemy line, I figured I could actually make fairly good headway here. So as you can see, I go over to the timer I started up, and from there I actually start building, figuring out what I actually need. I'm just taking my time, no rush on this. I was probably luckier than what I was here. You'll see in the end that I actually get destroyed by the enemy team, but by that time I already got it. It doesn't really matter anyways. I've managed to reach my goal, so in my opinion, that's okay then. Like I said, you can sort of just figure out where exactly you have to go. This one here, I sort of went to the one direction, and then I actually jumped on the hill and then just slid down to catch the last target. So as you'll be able to see here, the videos I think just were wrapped up. So I will actually have more Fortnite for you guys. I apologize for the lack in videos. I've been trying to get caught up in everything, and I'm still running behind all the time. So I'm actually going to be going away for a couple days. When I get back, I'm hoping to be back on track with everything. So that's our 3 out of 3. So, and then of course somebody lands right behind me and basically starts taking me out right away. But like I said, I'm not really worried about it, because the fact that if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. No big deal. And this, I believe this is another challenge where you have to hit somebody with a tomato. So he was actually doing that to me. I guess that's probably the best way to do it, is to down somebody. I don't know if you can do it to a teammate. I've had a couple people try that on me. Doesn't say, I believe it's enemy team or just says a player. So, but this is one way, and obviously either the guy got all his tomato shots or he was getting ticked off because I was moving, because he eventually just decided he's going to kill me. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the video, or subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.